Hi, Elcio. Hello. Salvatore, are you there? Salvatore? Or let's see, we've got Sergio here. Hi, Sergio.
Peter, hello.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Here in
Are you
home.
having
Rest.
a good Monday so far?
Yes, a good morning. Quiet.
Not too busy?
No, not so much. I haven't not so much work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Later, when I arrived at home,
Mm-hmm.
I went for a running for a while.
Oh, nice,
30
nice.
minutes, only 30 minutes, slowly.
That's good. Not too much. You
Not
don't
so
want to
much.
you don't want to overdo it. I go running too. That's my
Do you?
preferred exercise. Yeah. I just think it's so efficient. You know, you can run for a half hour and you feel really good.
Yes. It's good for your health,
Hmm.
and you feel better later.
Yes, absolutely. My doctor knew that I am a runner because she could hear it in my heartbeat. She said, "You must run for exercise because runners have a slower heartbeat."
Yes, it's a very good activity. I think it's the better for the health.
Yeah, I think it's the best one.
It isn't for me, which I prefer. I don't prefer other activities than
Hmm.
running,
Hmm.
but I recognize it's very good for the
Yes,
health.
I kind of agree. It's hard to get started, but the feeling is so great when you're finished.
A
Hmm.
little boring
Yeah, it's a little
while you are running.
boring. Do you listen to music?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. I also like swimming, but only when it's warm. I don't like to
Sorry?
swim. I also like swimming,
Okay.
but only when it's warm.
Swimming. I never swimming in
Mm, it's
summer
it's good
in the beach.
exercise. Yeah, in the ocean,
But
yeah,
no,
definitely.
in that moment, all the summer, I think I will start to swimming.
Mhm. Mhm. It's another
But
great exercise. So we have lots of new students here today. Let's see, we've got, is it Soila? Is that how you say your name? Are you there, Soila? Okay, see if she can join us. And then we've got Suna. Are you there, Suna?
Yeah, I'm here. Nice to
Hi.
meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And where are
Yeah.
you from?
I'm from Korea. I live in San Francisco.
Oh, okay. When did you move to San Francisco?
Uh, I came to 6 months ago.
Okay, great. Well, welcome. How do you like San Francisco?
Yeah, I like San Francisco.
It's great. I love San Francisco.
Yeah,
Oh, welcome to my class. Thanks for joining.
yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. And let's see, we've got Luisa.
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Hi, Luisa. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Where do you come from?
I'm from Medellin, Colombia.
In Colombia. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining my class.
Yes, thank you.
Um,
It's
and
my
we,
first time.
yeah, is it your first Verbling class?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for picking me.
Okay. Thank you.
We've got, let's see, and another new student. Is it Hannah? Hannah, are you there?
Uh, yeah. Hey,
Hi.
hi.
Where are you from, Hannah?
Um, I'm from Belarus, but currently I'm in Poland because I'm studying here.
Oh, okay. And do you study in Polish?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Great. Well, welcome to my class. Is this
Uh,
your first Verbling class?
no. I attend some classes, but with you, yeah, it's my first class.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you.
You're welcome. And last but not least, we've got Essa. Essa, are
Yes,
you there? Hi. How are you?
fine, thank you. How about you?
Great. It's a beautiful day. Where are you from, Essa?
I'm from Libya, but I live in the United Kingdom.
Oh, okay. In what part of the United Kingdom?
Harrogate,
I'm not familiar with that place. Is it in England or Scotland or
in England.
Wales? Oh,
England.
okay. Great. Well, welcome to my class.
Thank you.
So everyone, today we are doing some grammar. So we're going to talk about noun clauses that begin with this word that. So using the word that can be very tricky in English, and today we're going to cover one use of the word that. So I usually ask for class participation, but if you could turn off your microphone when you're not speaking, then we won't hear an echo. And it looks like most of you, yes, everyone has their microphone off. So when it's your turn to speak, you can turn it on and join in our discussion. So today we're going to be looking at noun clauses that begin with that. So let me turn on the screen share and show you the document that we're going to use. Okay. That's okay. So you can see we are covering 12-5 noun clauses that begin with that. So I'm going to make it a little bigger. Is that big enough? Can everyone see?
Yes.
Okay. Great.
Yes.
Okay, so let me know if you can't see or if you can't read any of the words. And also, if you are not familiar with a word, you don't know the meaning, you can ask me to define it or just type a question in the chat. Okay, so let's get started. Can I have a volunteer to read the first example? So when you have a noun clause that begins with that, you have two parts. First, you have your verb, and then you have that plus the clause. So the that clause. All right. So let's see, Sergio, could you read letter A, please?
A.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In that Bob will come is a noun clause.
Mm-hmm.
It is used as the object of the verb think. The word that is usually omit is speaking, as in B. It usually include informal writing.
Okay,
C.
so that's the definition there of letter A. I meant this sentence, the example, this one here. Can you read that?
Me?
Yes, please.
I think that Bob will come.
Okay, and then letter B?
I think Bob will come.
So both of these sentences are correct. I think that Bob will come, and I think Bob will come. So we have our verb, think, and then we have that plus that noun clause, Bob will come. I think that Bob will come. And in our speech, we usually say, I think Bob will come. So here are a list of verbs that are commonly followed by a that clause. All right, so can I have, let's see, Suna, could you read the first list of words that are usually followed by a that clause, starting with agree?
Yeah, agree that, believe that, decide that, discover that, explain that.
Good. So we have agree that, believe that, decide that, discover that, and explain that. So these all have to do with kind of our thoughts and opinions. All right. Thank you, Suna. Could I hear from Jose Luis? Could you read the next list of words, please?
Feel that, find out that, forget that, hear that, hope that.
Good. Okay. So we have feel that, find out that. So here we have find out, which is one of those tricky phrasal verbs. So what does find out mean? It's the same as to learn something, okay? So to discover a piece of information or to learn something. For example, I found out that I passed my course. You could also say, I learned that I passed my course, or I discovered that I passed my course. Okay, and we also have forget that, hear that, and hope that. All right. Yes, so Luisa says, encontrar, is it the same? Yes, it's pretty much the same, but of course you have the second meaning of to meet someone, like if you meet them on the street. So find out is not the same as to meet, but it does mean the same as to discover information. Okay, so that answers your question? Good. Okay. Luisa, could you read the next group of words, please?
Okay. Know that, learn that, notice that, promise that, read that.
Okay. Again, these are a lot of words that have to do with pieces of information or learning something or discovering ideas and opinions. Know that, learn that, notice that, promise that, and read that. Is everyone familiar with the verb to notice? So this is when something you didn't recognize becomes, you're aware of it. You become aware of something. For example, I noticed that it was 4 p.m. I was late for my meeting. Okay? And the last group of words, let's hear from Hannah. Okay? So Salvatore says Christopher Columbus found out America. No, it doesn't work like that. That would be if he found out about America's existence. So he learned that information. Think of it as more like to learn. You could say Christopher Columbus discovered America. That would be correct, Salvatore. Okay?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Okay, and Elsio's here now. Hi, Elcio. How are you?
Hi, Maureen.
Welcome back.
Good to see you again.
You too. So we're just going over these words that are usually followed by a that clause, these list of verbs. So Hannah, can you please read the final list?
Remember that, say that, tell someone that, think that, understand that.
Thank you. Okay, so we've got tell someone that, meaning when you tell a piece of information, you usually are telling someone. So you have to include tell someone that. For example, I tell my students that they have homework. Okay? All right, so these are some commonly, some verbs that are commonly followed by a that clause. Let's hear from, let's see, Elcio, could you pick one of those and create a sample sentence for us, please?
Using this.
Any of the verbs from that list that is followed by a that clause.
I believe that one day I will speak English very well.
Great, excellent example. I believe that one day I will speak English very well. And that day might be sooner than you think. Okay, let's hear from, let's see, Salvatore, you want to try an example or sample sentence?
Okay, teacher.
uh, uh, I I I forgotten that make you.
Okay, so you want to follow it by a noun clause. So you want to follow it by a noun, not a verb. So for example, I forgot that we had a meeting. You want to try again?
Okay. Uh, uh, I I I hear that you said.
Okay, I hear that you said is actually better to say I hear what you said, but you could say I hear that you said something. Okay?
Okay,
All
understand.
right, we'll get lots of practice with that. So just make sure after the word that is a noun. All right?
Okay, teacher. Teacher, sorry, I
Yes.
don't understand what does it mean close? Noun close.
A clause is a part of a sentence. So it's not a complete sentence unless it's an independent clause. A clause, it just refers to a part of a sentence. So a noun clause, it's a grammatical term that refers to the part of the sentence relating to the noun. Okay? So it might be a good idea to look up a list of grammar terms in English and see if you can translate them into your native language. It's much easier to learn grammar in a foreign language when you know how certain words are used and what they mean. For example, you know a noun and a verb and an adjective, but these other terms like clauses or conjunctions, those are really useful to know if you're learning a foreign language.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so next we're moving on to another type of noun clause that's formed when you're referring to a person, followed by the verb to be and an adjective, and finally that noun clause. For example, we've got letter C. Let's hear from Essa. Could you read letter C, please?
Yes, let's see.
This one here.
John is happy that Paul called.
Okay, so that, thank you, that is in parentheses, these marks here, because it's not necessary. You could say Jan is happy Bob called. However, it is much more common to say Jan is happy that Bob called. So that clauses commonly follow certain adjectives, such as happy in C, when the subject refers to a person. So see the list below. Here we have another list of adjectives commonly followed by that clauses. So it's getting a little trickier, but we'll have, let's see, who has not read something yet? Soila, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Am I
Yes.
saying your name correctly? Is it Zoila?
Yes, it's perfect. Yes, Zoila. It's perfect.
And where do you come from?
I come from Peru, but I live in Italy.
Oh, great. Okay, well, welcome to my class.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So could you read the first list of adjectives followed by that clauses?
Yes. I'm afraid that, I'm amazed that, I'm angry that, I'm aware that.
Good. So these are a person, in this case, I, and then the verb to be, which is conjugated as I am, or you can shorten that to I'm. And then an adjective, afraid, followed by that. So, Soila, could you try to come up with a sample sentence using one of these four?
Yes. I'm amazed that it is too hot in these days in Italy.
Okay. I'm amazed that it is You could say so hot. That's better for comparison. It is so
Okay.
hot in Italy these days. Good. So you said, I'm amazed that, and the next word was it, which is a noun. Okay?
Yes.
Very good. So Jose Luis is asking, why is there an asterisk? This little mark here, this little star is called an asterisk. And he wants to know, why is there an asterisk in the first one? Let's find out. It should be at the bottom. So here it says, to be afraid has two possible meanings. Most of you might know the first one. For example, it can express fear. I'm afraid of dogs. I'm afraid that his dog will bite me. And it also has a second meaning, number 2. It often refers to a meaning similar to be sorry. For example, I'm afraid that I can't accept your invitation. I'm afraid you have the wrong number. So this is a more polite way of turning someone down or rejecting someone or something. So it doesn't mean that this person has a fear of accepting the invitation or a fear of the wrong number. It's just like saying, I'm sorry, but you have the wrong number. So let's see, Jose Luis, why don't you try to use the second meaning of to be afraid with one of these noun clauses. There's a challenge for you.
I'm afraid that I can sweep your bedroom because it's very dirty.
Good. Okay, so it's like saying, I'm sorry, but I can't do it. Great. It's a nice way to say that you don't want to do something or that you don't want to say yes to an invitation. It's very polite. So, for example, I'm afraid that I won't be able to attend your party. Great. Okay, let's hear from Luisa, the second group of verbs. I'm sorry, yeah, the second list here.
Okay. All is that how I pronounce?
Certain.
No, all. All or how?
Oh, al.
All. Okay. All is certain that. All is confident that. All is disappointed that. All is glad that.
Good. Okay, these are all adjectives: certain, confident, disappointed, and glad. And they have to do more with emotion. So think of these adjectives as having to do with thoughts and opinions and emotions. Okay? Al is not a very common name in the United States, but it's short for Albert or Alfred. And he's our example. Why don't you try to use one of those adjectives in a noun clause, Luisa?
Okay. But it's necessary to be in with a different person.
Anyone you want. You can use Al. You can say I. You can use a third person.
Okay. Albert is glad to be in that part.
Can you use the word that in a noun clause? You could say, for example, Albert is glad that he is at that party.
Okay. Albert is glad that he is at that party.
Good.
Okay.
So you make sure that after the word that, you use a noun, because these are that noun clauses. All right, thank you very much. Let's go back to, let's see, Essa, could you read the third group, please?
Yes. We are happy that. We are praised that. We are proud that. We are revered that.
Okay, so we are pleased that. and which means the same as happy or glad, and we are relieved that. So what does this mean, relieved, as an adjective? Anyone? Okay, it's a little tricky. It means not worried anymore. So if your parents worried about you and then they stopped, they'd feel relieved. For example, or you could feel relieved if you took a difficult exam and then you found out that you got an A. You could say, I'm relieved that I got an A on my exam. All right, so Essa, do you want to pick one of those and use it in a sentence?
I am happy that verbling is a good way to learn English.
Good. Okay, I'm happy that verbling is a good way to learn English. So verbling in this case is a noun, meaning the program or the website, and that's used correctly. Very good. So you can see here we have the subject, in this case we, and then there is the verb to be conjugated to we are, or shortened to we're, the adjective happy, and that followed by your noun clause. So this hopefully is becoming more clear. Is everyone starting to understand?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's go to Elcio. Can you read the last group, please?
Jen is sorry that. Jen is sure that. Jen is surprised that. Jen is worried that.
Good. So this last word is tricky to pronounce. It's worried.
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 Good. W's and R's are tricky in English. They're very close to each other, but they're not exactly the same sound. So here you can see we have Jan, our subject or person, then is, to be, the adjective, that, and then our noun clause. So Elcio, can you come up with a sample sentence for everyone, please?
Let me try. Jenny is worried that I make a negative review.
Good. Jan is worried. And if Jan is worried, remember that worry has to do with the future. She thinks that something will happen. For example, Jan is worried that I will give her a bad review.
Okay.
So worried is one of those things that has to do with the future, and relieved has to do with the past. For example, we're relieved that we survived the earthquake. Okay, so just to be aware, those are trickier because they have a implication. They have this idea of the past or the future. Okay, let's hear from, let's see, Sergio, could you pick one of those adjectives and form a that noun clause, please?
Sorry, can you repeat me the question?
You can choose any of these adjectives that we just discussed, any of these ones, and create a sample sentence.
Of the first, no?
Any of these ones from this section of adjectives.
Okay. Jan is surprised that his boss gave him a hike.
Okay. Jan is surprised
Right.
that his boss gave him a, what did you say, a hike?
A hike. When you ask for your boss for more money.
Oh, okay, so that's actually called a raise.
Oh, sorry.
A
raise.
Mm-hmm.
Ask for a raise, no?
Exactly. Yeah. So Jan is surprised that his boss gave him a raise. More money. Good.
Another one.
No, that's great. That's excellent. We're going to move on because there are some sample sentences on the next page, and I want to cover this next section using it along with to be, adjective, and that clauses. So let's go down to this next example. Let's hear from Suna. Could you read letter D, please?
Yeah. It is clear that Anne likes her new job.
Okay, great. That clauses commonly follow adjectives in sentences that begin with it plus be, as in D. Okay? This is where it gets really tricky because it's not in every language that they use this construction of it plus to be plus the adjective plus the that clause. And the reason for that is it does not refer to any specific person. It's referring to the idea in general. So for example, when you say, it is sunny today, it just means the general idea of what is happening in the weather. So don't think of it as a specific person, place, or thing. It serves a different function in English in this case, but it's really good to practice. This is a very common way to express an idea. Like in this example, it is clear that Anne likes her new job. It is being used to express a point. Okay, let's hear from, let's see, Salvatore, could you read the first group of verbs, please?
Yes. It's amazing that, it's clear that, it's good that, it's important that.
Very good. Okay. We're getting lots of practice with the th sound, that, today. Okay, could you try to use one of those in a sentence? And don't forget to follow the word that with a noun.
Okay, I tried. It's important that Mike will study.
Good. It's important that Micah will study. Excellent. All right, on to the next group. Let's hear from Jose Luis. Could you read the next group?
It's interesting that, it's likely that, it's lucky that, it's nice that.
Okay, that third word is pronounced lucky.
Lucky.
Good. Okay, it's lucky that. Is everyone aware what it means, lucky? It's like saying fortunate. So to have good luck when good things happen to you. You're lucky. So it's lucky that it means something positive happened, maybe by accident or coincidence. Okay. Do you want to try to use one of those in a sentence?
It's nice with every or lucky.
Any one you want. It's up to you.
It's nice that you. It's nice that you go to the museum, maybe? I don't know.
It's nice that you go to the museum. And this is usually referring to something like an opinion, remember. So for example, if I was very happy that you came to my party, I would say, it's nice that you came to my party.
It's nice that you are wearing this hat.
Good. Yeah. So that's an opinion. You think the hat looks good. So saying it's nice that you're wearing this hat. Good. Next, let's hear from Hannah again. Could you read the next group, please?
Sorry, I lost this and I don't know because I didn't be near computer.
Okay. So we're at the section on the it's.
It's obvious that, it's possible that, it's strange that, it's surprising that.
Good. Okay, so like I said before, we're getting lots of practice with this tricky TH sound. So for all of you, I'm going to show you, I'm going to turn off the screen share for 1 second to show you how best to form this sound. So when you are making this sound, imagine that you're sticking out your tongue a little bit and you're biting down with your teeth. Okay, then blow air out of your mouth. So it's that. Can everyone try? That. Can everyone please repeat after me? That.
That.
Good.
That.
That.
So a lot of people tend to pronounce it more like either dat or zat, but just remember you should be sticking your tongue a little bit out of your mouth. That.
That.
Very good. That sounded just like a native speaker. Okay, back to our document. All right, Hannah, could you try to use one of those in a sentence, please? Okay, maybe we could hear from Elcio. Do you want to use one in a sentence?
The third house, the obvious, possible, strange, surprising.
Yes, that group.
Um, it is possible that I never saw before.
Good. Okay. It's possible that I never saw, and you have to refer to. All right. And Essa, could you read the final group, please?
Yes. It is through that, it is undeniable that, it is well known that, it is wonderful that.
Good. Okay. So you could say it is undeniable. You want to try that word? Undeniable.
Undeniable.
Good. And that means you cannot deny it. It's something that is the truth. For example, it's undeniable that the earth is round. Okay. Why don't you try using those in a sentence?
It's wonderful that I speak to you.
Great. It's wonderful that I speak to you. And it's wonderful that I speak to you as well. Okay, and last but not least, again, we have this final use of that clauses. And this is when you basically flip the sentence around. And the noun clause using that comes first. So could you read, let's see, Soila, could you read letter E, please?
Yes. That Anne likes her new job is clear.
Great. So instead of saying it is clear that Anne likes her new job, we say that Anne likes her new job is clear. Now this construction, the way of putting this sentence together, is not very common in English. Okay? So don't worry too much about learning how to use this form of English construction. Just know that it's useful to understand when some people are speaking that they use this construction. Soila, could you read letter F as well, please?
The fact that Anne likes her new job is clear.
Good. This construction is much more common. You will hear someone say, the fact that, and whatever, Anne likes her new job is clear. All right? And let's see, Louisa, could you read letter G, please?
Okay. It's a fact that Anne likes her new job.
Good. This also is not as common, so I would pay the most attention to the phrase, the fact that Anne likes her new job is clear. This is often the most common way that people use this type of construction. For example, if you were planning a party, you would say, the fact that we need to buy a cake is clear. All right, so I'm going to read this description here. It is possible but uncommon for that clauses to be used as the subject of a sentence, as in letter E. The word that is not omitted when the that clause is used as a subject. More often, a that clause in the subject position begins with the fact that, as in F, or is introduced by it is a fact, as in G. And you could not say Anne likes her new job is clear, but you can say the fact Anne likes her new job is clear. I do not recommend it. It's more common to say the fact that Anne likes her new job is clear. Okay, so Luisa, could you use a sample sentence using this construction of letter F, the fact that, followed by a noun clause?
A little bit difficult, but
it's tricky. It's a challenge for you.
Yes. The fact that today is sunny is clear.
Good. The fact that today is sunny is clear. Great. Okay, and next we have some practice samples. So can you see, I have to do the screen share for this one. Let me turn it off for 1 second and turn it back on. Okay.
I have a...
Go ahead.
Teacher, in every example that have parentheses is because you can use or not that, right?
Exactly. That is correct. So you can use it or you can omit it, meaning not use it, but I recommend that you always use it before a noun clause, because occasionally it's not that it's incorrect, it just doesn't sound very natural. The word that is used very often in American English. So I would recommend that if you are deciding whether to use it or to not before a noun clause, always use it.
Okay, thank you.
And you'll get the hang of it as you get more practice using that correctly. And you'll also understand better when you can hear that someone needs to use that or should have used that. It's also very common in writing for someone to not use that and they needed it, so I would always err on the side of using that, meaning if between the two choices, use that. Okay, so we've got some sample sentences. Exercise 24, in your own words. Complete the sentences with your own words. So, Jose Luis, could you start us off, please, with number 1?
Yes, teacher. Read the exercise?
Yes, read number 1 and complete the sentence with your own words.
Okay, is the exercise number 24?
24, that's correct.
Okay, I recently heard on the news that...
Okay.
I recently heard on the news that... I don't know, I recently heard on the news that the government have problems with the taxes, maybe?
Good. That's excellent. I recently heard on the news that the government, there's your noun, has a problem with taxes. So the government, even though it's many people, it's considered one thing. So it's considered third person singular. The government has a problem with taxes. And an important distinction is that is American English. In British English, things like the government are considered plural. So you would say the government have a problem with taxes.
In American is singular, government?
Okay.
And
in groups, like, for example, the government, or especially if you're talking about bands. So a really good example is the Beatles from England. In American English, we would say the Beatles, well, actually, I'm getting myself confused. So I think you want to say, yeah, the government is considered just one body. So it's considered one noun, singular. I recently
Okay.
heard on the news that the government has, third person singular, a problem with taxes. Okay. Great question, great answer, because it was even not just grammatically correct, but it made sense. Number 2, let's hear from Salvatore, please.
When I was young, I found out that Queen Elizabeth was a rich person.
Good. When I was young, I found out that Queen Elizabeth, there's our noun, was a rich person. Great. Thank you, Salvatore. Let's hear from Suna next.
I sometimes forget that where is my purse?
Okay. So follow that with a noun. You could say, I sometimes forget that my purse
My
is...
purse?
Mm-hmm.
No, my purse is not.
You just want to make sure that you follow that with a noun.
Where is my purse?
So the word where is actually a preposition. You want to follow it with a noun. You could try a different sentence.
I sometimes forget. I sometimes forget that I'm not speaking English.
Good. Okay. I sometimes forget that I don't speak English. Was that your line? Or that you speak English?
Don't speak English.
Okay. Maybe when you speak a lot, you feel like you actually do. You could say, since you're living in the United States, you can say, I sometimes forget that I am not in Korea.
Okay.
Maybe when you're in Koreatown or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Luisa, could you do number 4, please?
Okay. All parents hope that all parents hope that we win our grades.
Good.
Our grades. I don't know how do you say graduated.
Graduated. So you could say all parents hope that we will graduate, or
we will graduate.
And usually the verb for grades is to earn grades.
Grades.
Instead of to win grades, we'd say all parents hope that their children earn good grades.
Okay.
Yes, all parents hope their children earn good grades. Yes, I think that's probably true. And number 5, Essa, please.
Yes, most people in my country believe that we can't build our country without good law.
We can't what?
Build.
Oh, good. Yes. Most people in my country believe that. I bet everyone would have an excellent answer. For example, most people in my country believe that children are the future. Excellent. Okay, and next let's hear from Hannah.
Do you feel that we will pass this exam?
Good. Do you feel that we will pass this exam? Excellent. I think so. I think you will. And next we have, let's see, Elcio, number 7, please.
I recently read that beer is good for health.
Excellent news. That is great. Elcio's delivered the excellent news that beer is good for our health. Woohoo! Great. And let's hear from Jose Luis, number 8, please.
Scientists have discovered that scientists have discovered that if you no scientists have discovered yes that if you don't sleep you maybe have problems in the future. Sleep good.
You could use that, but try to come up with a noun clause. So after that, there'll be a noun. For example, scientists have discovered that dolphins have dreams.
Scientists, for example, scientists have discovered that monkeys can dream.
Good. Yes. So the monkeys are the noun. Monkeys can dream is your noun clause. And that's why you need the word that. Excellent. Let's go back to Soila, please, number 9.
Yes. Students understand that the teacher was very smart.
Good. So you have students, your subject, understand is a verb, that followed by the noun clause. The teacher is very smart or teachers are smart. Good. And let's go back to, let's see, Hannah. I haven't heard you speak too much in this class. So number 10. Hannah? Okay, let's go back to Luisa then. Luisa, could you do number 10, please?
Okay. Have you noticed? Noticed?
Yes.
No. Have you noticed that? I don't know. But notice is like I don't know.
You can say really anything. Have you noticed that the sky is blue?
Have you noticed that I'm blocked. Have you noticed that he changed her? That he changed his hair?
Excellent. Have you noticed that he changed his hair? That's definitely an excellent use of that, because noticing someone's hair is usually something that happens. Or have you noticed that he cut his hair, or something like that? Okay, and let's move on. In the last 5 minutes, we'll do this exercise 25, and I want you to ask each other the questions. So you can use this pattern: I'm plus the adjective and the that clause. So for example, you see here, what is something in your life that you're glad about? And you will answer, I'm glad that my family is supportive of me. So I plus to be, am, I'm, then the adjective, that, and then we have the noun clause. My family is supportive of me. So I'm going to ask Essa, what is something that disappointed you in the past?
I disappointed that when I watched the movie and don't understand anything by English.
Okay? So remember to follow that with a noun. So when is a preposition. You want to say, I'm disappointed that I didn't understand the movie, for example. I being your noun.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, you want to try again?
Same sentences.
Yes, please.
I disappointed that I can't understand the movie.
Good. And remember, it's I'm because you need I and then am, or shortened I'm.
Okay.
Okay, so now it's your turn, Essa. You can ask the next question to another student.
Could you tell me the name of another student on the list?
Okay, we've got Hannah, Elcio, Jose Luis, Luisa, Salvatore, Suna, and Soila.
Okay, the easy one, Soila.
Soila, okay?
Soila, what is something that annoys you?
I'm annoyed that I have to do a long trip to arrive to my country.
Good, okay. One little note about that, though, is we actually more often say take a trip. So I'm annoyed that I have to take a trip or take a long trip to my home country.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, but if you think about it, it's much faster on a plane than it used to be over the sea. Okay, Soila, it's your turn. You can ask the next question to another student.
Okay. I will ask to Salvatore. What is Salvatore? What is something about your friends that pleased you? Pleases you?
Good.
I'm pleased that I'm pleased that my friends when come out with me.
Good, okay. And so you'll want to also just remember to say, I'm pleased. So it pleases you, but when you're referring to yourself, you're saying, I'm pleased. That's how it becomes the adjective.
I'm pleased.
I'm pleased that my friends will come out with me. Okay, Salvatore, your turn to ask another student.
Jose Luis.
Okay, Jose Luis.
Okay.
What is something about nature that amazes you? That amazes you?
I amazes that the weather in Mexico can change in every moment.
Good, okay. But here, amazes is working as a verb that amazes you. And you're going to use it as an adjective. So you want to say, I'm amazed as an adjective. And remember, when you change a verb to an adjective, it usually follows that final d sound, amazed. That, okay, so why don't you say that sentence again?
I'm amazed that that weather in Mexico changes every time.
Good. And it's probably best to say all the time.
All the time?
Okay. All right, let's do one more question. Jose Luis, ask one student in the class, anyone you want, and we'll finish up today.
Okay, Luisa Fernanda.
Okay.
What is something about another cultures, traditions that surprise you?
That surprises you.
Surprises you, right? Sorry.
Good.
Okay. I surprised that in Europe culture is very important. The bicycles road.
Okay. And remember that you need to say I'm, so, or even better, I am surprised.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, don't forget that you do need the verb to be in there. And conjugated be I am surprised that, and then the noun clause. For example, I am surprised that Europe is so small compared to the United States.
Okay, it's right.
Okay. All right, everyone. That's it for today. If you would like, I can send you these pages if you want to review them. Otherwise, please join me in any of my other classes this week. And for my returning students, thanks again. And for my new students, it's great to meet you, and I hopefully will see you soon.
Bye bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
teacher. Thank
Take
you.
Thank
care.
you.
Bye.
Bye.